going on, guys? Today we have the second part of the Gundam Kyrios review, sort of, with the GN Archer, or the Gun Archer, as it's commonly referred to. And I really wanted this kit so bad, but it was already discontinued by the time I started buying these. So I had a really tough time getting this. In fact, I had to go to Amazon? I believe, yeah, I got it on Amazon. I was thinking I got it on eBay, but I didn't. I got it on Amazon. And we'll talk about that more in a little bit. But if you notice, this box, it's not very colorful. It's kind of dark and faded, and there's a reason for that. This particular box, at least, is a little bit sun faded. So it should be a little bit brighter than this. So wherever it was stored, from whoever I bought it from, did not keep it in the best place, so it must have been a lot of direct sunlight. But other than that, the box art is actually pretty good. You get a great shot of the Gun Archer there doing its thing, shooting here. You get a little glimpse of it in transform mode. It actually is covering that, so kind of hiding what it can do, at least at the moment. Of course, you get HG Gundam 00, 00 logo here, Bandai down here, the little 00 thingy there. And then the Bandai 2009. And you can see this box is a little worse for wear, a lot like the, what was it? Seraphim, yeah. So, once again, another one I had to buy online before they reprinted it. This girl is now in reprint. Alright, and then we got Naochika Morishita did the artwork. Unfortunately, it got faded. I'm sorry. So, this is actually a smaller box. This is not like a big, thick HG box. It's actually kind of skinny, almost like an SD. But it is a small kit in comparison, so that makes sense. Alright, close up here, you get the action shot. You get to see her there, front and rear mode, kind of. Got her weapons. The hands do things. Arrows, guys. The legs also do things. Of course, you have mode change, because as you should know, she does transform. And of course, she does dock with the Arios, which is why this is technically a part 2. So, and of course, you'd come down here. It's just spare parts for that. And I've never displayed it like this, but now thinking about it, I can. At least when I get to this, to the end of this review, I will do it just for fun. So I'll do this. Display just for fun. All right, you come here. You can see, yes, you can mount it on an actual action base, and unlike Arios, it just has a normal peg in the crotch, and you get the clear plastic parts on her visor, and then of course her knee can bend really well. And come down here to the other side, you see it's number 29 in the line, same thing as the box art. Actually, this is slightly better. And come over here, and you get the front and rear shots as always. And of course, you get the measurements. She's 25.8 meters tall, so just a lot smaller. Well, at least body-wise, she's a lot smaller than 11.6. What is that? Oh, okay, maybe that's overall height or length. And then you got 11.6 meters tall, so she's not very tall at all, which you'll see in comparison. And of course, the weapons down here. You get a read up on the actual suit itself there. You actually get a nice rendition of the cover art there. Looks pretty good. And of course, the pilot is Soma Pieris, which was Alleluyah's girlfriend, more or less. Super soldier. Who knows? And then, of course, you come over here to the warnings, but for some reason it doesn't have the 3-year-old warning. Go figure. And you get the different types of plastic. You get the little man with the toilet, and 1,200 yen. Now, we're going to talk about this. This is the point. This is a 1,200 yen kit, guys. So, small kit, shouldn't cost much at all. I paid over $60 for this when I bought it. $60. And the box is in this condition. The kit was fine. But this is how bad scalping was before they started reprinting the kits. So now it's back to the normal price that you can buy it brand new from Bandai, from your favorite retailer, whatever, back at 1,200 yen. I paid $60 for this. You know how upset I am that it's re-released now, like a year later. I can go out and just buy it. I'm sorry, I'm knocking the camera around. You know, I can just go out, buy it off the shelves. In fact, I think I saw it on shelves this past weekend when I was on vacation. So, yeah, not happy that I got scalped this bad. Happy I got the kit, because I really do enjoy this kit and this particular mobile suit. But I paid $60 for a box that's upside down. So let's go ahead and take a look at this girl and get into the second part of the rest of the review. Alright guys, we have the GN Archer, Gun Archer, or GN Archer, whatever you say, out of her box, or, well, glass prison, and out here. And honestly, I love this kit, guys. I always dug this design in the show, and to get it in an actual kit, I absolutely love it. It's just simple and small and beautiful. And let's do a quick walk around here. I mean, I love the colors, of course. Just that white and the red, maybe a tiny bit of pink in there. A few green accents here and there. And then just the stark difference between the backpack, which is all flight mode. Like, she literally just wears her entire flight mode on her back. And then, I mean, you come to the front, and then you've just got basic white Gundam-ish thing kind of on the front. Now, I think they were going for kind of an homage kind of to some of the, to the gems in normal Gundam. Where did the back of the hand go? Oh, there it is. Sorry, that popped off. So that's why it's GN, or Gym, just the way it was before. But of course, GN in this does mean something. So they just kind of added on this as just an extra suit and extra armaments for Arios. And just in show, you know, they just happened to get Soma Puritas or Mari on their side right then. And so they had a very feminine looking suit that just happened to get a female pilot at the time. And I love the little details here. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Arios here as a comparison so you can really see the size difference here. So that's the size of an actual Gundam versus her. So, you know, very small legs, very small arms, tiny chest. I mean, if not for the backpack, she would barely register size-wise. I mean, here, he's just pushing her out of the way with those giant shoulder spikes. So, yeah, that's a huge, huge difference. Plus, these two just look good together. And I like that in the series, you know, they're fighting back-to-back, you know, fighting off a lot of the clone suits that are just basically wrecking everything. I'll go ahead and put him off to the side for now. We'll get into combined transform mode later. So let's check her out up close and see some of these details. Stay on there. So let's start at the head. I like this head. Got a nice clear green visor, and behind that she actually does have something of a little face and eyes. It's really, really hard to make out without taking the whole thing off. I did in fact paint that with the metallic brownish color that comes in the IBO kits. My friend just happened to have that color, and I think right here, it's gonna be real hard to tell, but that's the same color I painted inside there. It looked really good when I did it. And you do get the tiny camera sticker right in there. I can't get the light to hit it. There it goes. It's hard to see on camera, guys. I'm sorry. And you do get a big sticker for right here in the chest. Just this nice metallic red. I did it because, well, I wasn't going to paint that. Let's be honest here. A few painted details, though, because, well, she's a 00 kit. Lots of painted on gray right here in the legs, especially here, all that, you know, all the way down. That's actually a sticker, but I would have painted it had I thought about it at the time. That actually moves just a little bit. I do like that. Come around to the back, and you can see tons of gray paint. This needed so much gray paint, I think I drained the marker. So all of these vents, this little area right here, actually I never cleaned that up, I need to. That right there, all of this part right here, all of that there, of course, down the side, right in there. This entire inside all had to be painted. That was a pain in the butt. Same thing with back here, if you can really get the light in there. And the GN verniers are way back in there, and they're just kind of flat, realistically. They didn't really spend much time on those in on this kit, sadly. And just a big sticker detail, just like on the Kyrios, it does have the big fake cockpit sticker. Gotta love that. Now down to the guns, they actually have a little bit of detail too. I painted just inside there. There we go, you can see it, green paint for inside the gun. A little bit of green foil sticker right there. And I just added some gold right there just to make it pop. There's also tiny bits of silver and gold, or just gold right there and there. One thing I love, because I wanted to make this a feminine-ish suit, they gave her a ponytail. That really probably serves no real purpose other than to be a yellow spike on the back of her head. I'm sure technologically it's probably something like a stabilizer or a kind of like the clavicle fins were on the earlier suits. So something like that. And I do like that on this one they reference the other kits by giving it blade fins on the knees. That's just great. We can talk articulation, though she's pretty limited because she has such a small kit. The head is actually just a normal neck joint, so you do get a little bit of turkey necking. That sounds weird. You're definitely not getting a full rotation with that ponytail or with the collar around her neck. If I pull these way back, we can actually get some shoulder rotation there. If the backpack is gone entirely, you can definitely go all the way around. She can go out that far. You do get the tiniest bit of rotation there. These are so small, I'm always scared. Like, these arms are tiny, tiny. Look at this. That's my finger in comparison, you know? I'm going to take her gun off just for a second. She does actually get... Is it a double? No, it's just single. Okay. Once again, it goes back to the older ones where it looks like it's a double jointed elbow, but it's not. So you get about 90 degrees, probably a little tiny bit more. But even on these tiny arms, she gets the tiniest little bit of that extra wrist motion. I do appreciate that. And of course, you get the normal HG hands, albeit they are a little bit smaller. Just a tiny bit smaller than the normal ones. This thing really wants to have a double jointed elbow, but she doesn't. So, waist articulation, no kind of ab crunch because the middle section doesn't change. She's not going very far. The backpack really hinders it, so that's about it. You can hear it whacking. Sounded weird. Okay, leg articulation though. She can high kick very well, actually. And she can go back, let's be honest, not very far. There's some giant binders back there. She's not going to do Jean-Claude because those are just ball joints pegged in there. Come up here. Now she does get some wicked knee articulation, mostly because of the transformation, but that's a perfect 180 on that. And if we're going to be honest, she goes perfect 180 the other way. Super kneeling powers. Okay, and then down here at the ball jointed foot, you get a little bit of rocking that way, a little bit of rocking this way, and you technically get a toe point as part of the transformation. So, that's actually just the ball joint polycap right there. Alright, so that's going to be it for the basics on her. So let's go ahead and put her in her flyer mode, if I can remember how. I'm going to be totally honest. You need to remember. Let's start with the legs. Point the toes. You got to point the toes, but rock the whole foot back because it's got a gap on the back side here. So that whole polycap, all of that, just slides right into that. Now her legs, of course, like we just saw, you get the reverse knee action. You just tuck her legs up like so. If you even saw that, sorry. It's hard to make sure you stay on camera when you're trying to transform something. Okay, so like that. So she gets kind of a squat little mode like that. Okay, now the arms. Which way do the arms go? If I remember correctly, they turn backwards, but then the wrist turns the other way too, like that, if I recall. Something like that. Or did the arm bend? I might have to relook at it, guys. I remember turning the arms and then turning them again. Transformed her to normal, like this, no problem. But that means her weapons are facing forward the whole time. That's not right. Oh, wait. Maybe the arms are bent under, like so. That seems to make a little bit more sense. I mean, literally a tiny, tiny bit of sense. You know, it's usually best to, consult the instructions when you can't remember anything, but we don't do that much. Okay, so tuck the binders down like that. Actually, that looks fine, so I'm just going to claim that that's the actual transformation. And then this whole bit folds right back, and then you tuck the head up in there. Sorry for the noise outside. And I'm calling it as that's her transformation. That's pretty sweet, guys. I will double check on that arm thing, because she might actually face them forward to use her weapons, but I believe they face this way. So where is my flight stand? It's over here with now put her on this flight standy here, like so. Whoa! And of course that's a problem because she immediately falls over. So, alright. Come on, get off of there. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I'll just show you how it looks like this. So, it's a really cool, kind of, stout and blocky. But in reality, it was just meant as extra armament and power for the Arios. So you've got missile launchers here, here, and I assume other weapons in here somehow. I can't remember everything, but it was definitely made to make it faster as well. That's why you have giant, boosters here. So I do like this girl. She is pretty. And that's not trying to be any kind of condescending. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's her, like so. Let's see if I can tilt the camera just a little bit to make this work. We'll go ahead and bring in Kyrios, just to show off some size difference. So she's that big, he's this big. So minus wings, she's about the same size, maybe a hair shorter from tip to toe there, but pretty cool, and definitely armed just as well, and probably as fast as the original Kyrios. And I like how they kept this whole antenna poking through the back as it flips forward, so this is really kind of what they're referencing. There are definitely some callbacks here to the good old Kyrios. Go ahead and straighten some of this out. It's kind of wonky. Now, we'll hold that for just a second. We'll actually get the proper vertical peg for her so we can show that off. Go ahead and unplug the forward base. Put that back like that. You turn her over, and this piece actually fits right up in here over her kind of crotchety area, or right there across her chest and crotch, and it has the peg hole right there in the middle, so that way she can be displayed like so. Let me go ahead and raise the camera if it wants to be raised. Come on. I like this. Very good. Let me go up a little bit higher so we can kind of look down on these guys just a little bit. There we go. That's a nice shot, guys. I like it. Go ahead and put this stand here. And we will bring in Arios just to show them both in flighty modes, like so. Actually, have to back up. They take up a lot of real estate. There we go. Aren't they a handsome couple? Couple of what? Exactly. Alright, so let me go ahead. I want to see if I can do this. Was it this way? Or was it? I think it was this way. Let me see here. Like I said, I've never displayed it this way, but the box reminded me I could. So let me see if it works out worth it. Oh yeah, I need to remove the extension. Hold on. You sit right there and be good. Okay, much better. There we go. Now it'll probably work. You know, things work out better when you actually do them right. Duh. Alright, go ahead and plug her into that. even though I think the display showed it going the other way, but this is okay. That's a neat look. So he's coming to help. Although that's not how it works. So, alright, now we'll show off the actual final and combined mode that I tend to display this in. So I'll leave him right there for the time being. Gotta pull her off of here. Oop. Flip back around that way, boy. Got to... Hold on, I gotta remember which way this goes. Okay, yeah. So, basically I've got to take this for her. That you get this big long extension with one of them. I don't remember if it's with her or with him. But you plug that in there. Actually, it does help to remove that entirely. Where's the other piece? Right here. Okay, where does that... Oh, yeah. Which way does it go? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm remembering how things go as I go. So, you take that little adapter, you plug it in right there. You take the whole bottom adapter, and believe me, this thing has to be this big. So you've got the peg right there for this mode, and you also have another one right there if you want to plug it onto a master grade display, or the one set, the big ones. Okay, so just like the other one hooked in, you do the same thing right there. So you snug that up right there on his crotch, and then this part will plug in just like it did on her before. Oh, you gotta lower his tail down though. Wow, that was loud. Okay, come on, get in there, girl. Okay, so you gotta, that will peg right there into his peg. And there we go. That's plugged in to her now. Now, I guess, I didn't realize this, you have a hole right there. So if you really wanted to do it on a vertical, you know, or a horizontal stand, I guess you could. I really don't know why you would, because that would make things pretty dang difficult. Now this is where I wonder if I have the arms transformed correctly, because now he's hitting on her legs. So let me see here. Okay, well, I'll just leave it be. That doesn't matter. So you take the whole big display and you plug it in like so, and it is heavy. That is a heavy display, guys. Look at that thing. Oh man. Actually, let's put it on a slightly shorter base so we can see a little bit better. So I got to get it just right. There we go. Now we can actually see her better. And this is how they kind of enter the battlefield together. And this is just ridiculous, guys. Look how long this thing is. It is just unbelievable. I mean, that's got to be about a foot, probably. I mean, it's almost as long as my display base here. And of course, you've got the missile pods going. You've got the big missile pods back here. You've got the extra boosters back here to get it around the battlefield a lot faster. It is just awesome. And of course, I do have it in my display set up like this. Look at that. That is great. I wish I could get a little bit higher. Kind of get down on it. Nope, can't. I'm at the maximum height of my tripod. Oh, of course, you can plug in the weapon underneath. I'm gonna blind it here just a little bit. I can see where the hand is. Let's see here. Do a blind install. Oh, I know I'm there. Okay, I'm dumb. I'll just go ahead and do it the easy way. By looking, Read instructions, look at what I'm doing. What do you people take me for? Some kind of professional? I'm not a professional, I'm just a gifted amateur. There we go. Alright, plug that right back in. Oh, now it's actually plugged on properly because it's going to hold straight. Nice. Alright. And just for size comparison, we'll bring in Kyrios. which is, well, tiny, kind of, in comparison. So, you know, you got the original, very fast, kind of dwarfy, but very, very cool. And then you have basically a train version of the same thing. So just every possible weapon just plugged in together, and it's awesome. Love this. And that's a great little kind of display to finish up on there. Hold on, let me see if I can do something even better. Now we've got one more suit from Alleluyah to do, and we will be covering that when we get to the 3rd generation of Gundams really soon, guys. So I hope you liked this review. Check out all the other 00 reviews in O-CTOBER playlist here. If you haven't seen the IBO reviews, go and check those out. They're all in a big long playlist. You can watch the IBO display come together. And if you want to check out the Shoky quickies, there are all kinds of random nerdy stuff that I love as well. So, hope you guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever. And remember, as always, keep on building.